The air begins to hum before the forest even appears. A deep, living vibration rises through the soil, a soft, resonant tone that feels like it's coming from everywhere and nowhere. The ground is glassy beneath the mist, smooth and alive, reflecting the pale violet of a sky that bends in slow motion. The sun here is not a ball of fire, but a pulse, a breathing orb that expands and contracts in a rhythm too calm for time. And as that light spills through the clouds, the forest awakens like a cathedral made of sound. Each crystal tree hums a different note. Some sing in low frequencies that ripple through your bones. Others shimmer in high, trembling tones like frozen rain caught midair. The wind carries their music, bending the sound into ribbons of harmony that rise and fall, as if the planet itself is breathing in sync with something ancient. Walking here feels like floating through a dream you didn't know you remembered. Every step makes a soft ringing, like chimes underfoot. The air is cool, not cold, not warm, but tuned to the temperature of calm thought. Somewhere in the distance, a waterfall flows not with water but with light, liquid and transparent, streaming down from cliffs shaped like crystal ribs of a sleeping giant. And through this forest, silence is never empty. Even when the wind stops, there's a tone, a hum that hovers just above hearing. It's not sound, not really. It's presence. It's the pulse of the world whispering, "You're here, you're alive, you're part of this." The light shifts as the twin moons rise. They're close, one pale white, one faintly green, circling in a slow cosmic dance. Their combined glow scatters through the canopy, setting every shard and leaf aglow. The trees respond with a subtle shimmer, changing color in rhythm with the moonlight. Some glow from within, veins of bioluminescent energy crawling up their trunks like slow lightning. Others refract light into halos, projecting faint rainbows that drift lazily through the mist. Beneath them, the ground is alive with motion. Small creatures, translucent winged things that resemble dragonflies made of glass, hover in patterns too perfect to be random. They move in swarms, not chaotic but choreographed, tracing glowing sigils in the air. Their bodies vibrate, in harmony with the trees, adding a soft tremolo to the forest's song. When they pass close, you can feel the warmth from their wings, gentle as breath. Further ahead, broad shapes move between the trunks. Massive beasts, silver-skinned and slow, graze on the luminous moss that carpets the roots. They look part animal, part sculpture, their muscles flowing under semi-transparent plates that refract moonlight into streams of color. They don't make sound. Their steps are so soft it's like gravity respects them differently. You can see their eyes, deep pools of shifting light, reflecting the stars above. And when they lift their heads, the forest responds. The crystals hum deeper, as though acknowledging them. You get the sense that here, every life form is an instrument, every movement a note in a symphony that never ends. Deeper still, the trees grow closer together. Their branches weave into a kind of translucent ceiling, turning the air beneath into a living cathedral. Droplets of condensation hang in stillness, never quite falling, suspended by faint magnetic forces. When the light hits them, they split into tiny beams that scatter across the ground like fragments of dawn. In the center of this place, there's a clearing, circular and silent. The hum fades to a whisper. The crystals bend slightly inward as if listening. The air here feels dense with memory. The moss glows with faint blue veins, and beneath it, if you listen closely, you can hear a heartbeat. Not loud, not physical, just the rhythmic pulse of energy moving through the ground. At the edge of the clearing stands something that isn't quite a tree. It's taller, more slender, its form half solid, half light. The locals, if they could be called that, call it the Watcher. Not a creature in the usual sense, but an echo of one. It stands still for centuries, its translucent skin shifting between crystal and mist. When the wind moves, so does it, like a thought given shape. And sometimes, when the air vibrates just right, it turns its faceless head. It doesn't look at you, it looks through you, as if your thoughts are leaves on a stream it's been watching drift by since time began. The soundscape of this world changes as the hours slide by. Day doesn't end here, it dissolves. The sun pulse fades, and the air thickens with glowing dust. The creatures of the night emerge not from shadows, but from light itself. You see them first as sparks hovering at the edge of vision, faint blue and silver flickers that become shapes when you blink. The first are the soft wings, creatures that glide like manta rays through air. Their bodies ripple with plasma light, wings leaving trails that fade like afterimages. They move in silence, but when they pass near a crystal tree, the sound changes. The hum bends, adapting like the forest is speaking to them. Then come the drifters, small orb-like organisms that float inches above the ground, feeding on static and faint magnetic currents. They drift lazily, changing color with every breath of wind, reflecting the emotional tone of the forest. When the air is calm, they shine in gentle green. When a storm brews far away, they flicker violet. Every living thing here speaks in light instead of words. Communication isn't verbal, it's emotional resonance, a frequency exchange. You can almost feel what they feel if you're quiet enough. Hunger, rest, wonder, and sometimes grief. It's the kind of empathy that bypasses language entirely. On the horizon, a glow appears. Not from the sun, but from the Veil Sea. It's not water as humans know it, but a fluid plasma field that rises and falls like an ocean, made of molten moonlight. The wind carries its charged scent into the forest, metallic, electric, clean. The hum of the crystals deepens, syncing with the tide's magnetic rhythm. Even the trees seem to lean toward it, as though remembering something ancient. The large beasts raise their heads and face the glow, pausing mid-graze. The flying insects rearrange their patterns into slow spirals. The forest, for a moment, holds its breath, and then the sound shifts. A deep resonance moves through everything, from the smallest insect wing to the tallest crystal spire. It's not just a sound. It's an emotion made audible. It feels like longing, like the forest itself remembering a song it once knew by heart. From the treetops, faint figures emerge, humanoid, glowing faintly, their outlines wavering like reflections in rippling water. Their forms are elegant, elongated, wings made of translucent light particles that dissolve at the edges. They don't fly. They glide through frequencies, as if riding invisible waves. They move with intention, but not haste. Some kneel beside crystal pools, their hands passing through liquid light that ripples outward in silent chords. Others hover near the animals, touching them with gestures that seem to transmit calm. These are the whisperers, the angelic beings of the forest. They are neither divine nor mortal. They are the conscious extension of the world's song. Their presence doesn't disturb, it completes. As they move, the forest adjusts its tone, harmonizing with them. When one passes through a tree, its inner glow brightens. When one touches the soil, small crystalline flowers bloom instantly, glowing for a few seconds before melting back into light. They don't speak in language. Their communication feels like shared memory, waves of emotion flowing through the air, soft and slow. When they sense your presence, you feel warmth ripple through your chest, as if your heartbeat just joined theirs. One of them, taller, wings stretched wide, pauses near the clearing. Its form flickers between light and substance. Through it, you can see stars bending, refracted like through liquid glass. It bows its head slightly, and for a moment, everything falls utterly still. Even the wind refuses to move. It's as if the planet itself acknowledges the watcher. Or maybe, for a moment, you are the one being acknowledged, seen not as an intruder, but as part of the same frequency. The stillness breaks with a shimmer. A faint magnetic storm passes over the forest. The trees resonate, their hums deepening to bass tones that shake the ground gently. Lightning arcs silently between branches, white-blue threads of plasma dancing like living veins. The air fills with energy, not violent, but transformative. The humanoid beings rise, their forms merging with the glow. You can feel the shift in gravity, a subtle pull upward, as if the world's heartbeat lifts everything together. The floating creatures spin faster, creating spirals of light that climb toward the sky. And then, it begins to rain. Not water, but liquid crystal droplets, each one glowing faintly. They fall slowly, evaporating before touching the ground. When they hit a leaf, the surface ripples like sound waves. Every drop carries a note, and together they form a melody so vast, so intricate. It feels like hearing the blueprint of existence. In this rain, everything glows. The moss, the beasts, the whisperers, even the air itself. The storm isn't destruction, it's renewal, a cleansing pulse that resets the frequency of life. When the rain fades, the air smells like new beginnings, clean, electric, sweet. The ground shimmers with residual charge, making every footprint glow faintly before fading away. The sky clears, revealing constellations that move, drifting slowly like living organisms. The crystal trees begin to dim, returning to their natural luminescence. The large beasts settle, folding their bodies near the moss fields. The insects slow their flight, their light flickering softly as they rest.